Dun, 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 dun.
I wonder if Jurassic World played a role here in inspiring this project to be developed. I don't know for sure. I haven't done any research into what the cast and crew have said, or a director, or anybody that's behind developing this movie. I don't know if Jurassic World was a factor. Probably because it's a dinosaur movie, so maybe in some level they're like, oh, dinosaurs, Jurassic Park, who wouldn't think of that? But it's clearly there's some similarities here, not just in the branding. Like, obviously, probably because, Jurassic World is a multi-million, or actually, I think they're $1 billion franchise, actually. It might be $1 billion. Well, I would actually assume so, never mind. But it's a pretty popular franchise. Most people know about the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World films. So, if you do a search for Jurassic World, you might find Jurassic Thunder, right? And get it through the search algorithms and all that. Makes sense. It's kind of funny, though. We're going to rain on your parade because it's a popular film. Help us get a little attention. It seems like cheating to me, but either way, they've got it in the title. But it's also in the plot that I see a similarity. You might recall, I'm not speaking about the franchise at large. I'm talking specifically the first movie. I forget what year it came out in. It was a while ago. It's been a couple years since I've seen it. But if you do remember that film, Vincent D'Onofrio played a character. It was a bit of a supporting role. I forget the name of the character that he played. But it was sort of this government agent that was trying to recruit the dinosaurs, or at least develop them on the island to use them for military purposes, to further the war effort, I guess, to create new weapons. This movie kind of answers the question of what that would actually look like, because if you remember in the movie, the character died. And I'm pretty sure the development on that project, at least, no, I don't think it's stopped. I think they actually hinted at that in Fallen Kingdom, if I'm right. It's been a couple years since I've seen that film, too. But, yeah, because Dr. Wu escaped with the dino eggs. So, possibly, if this is going to, come up in the future with that franchise. But if we're wondering, what that could look like as a potential reality of weaponizing dinosaurs to further the war effort, here you go. We have Jurassic Thunder. So, apparently this is already released. I'm a little behind on covering it. But on August 24th of last year... This sounds really bad. Like, again, the question here, what could that look like if you weaponize dinosaurs and put them into the, or fighting your army for war? Mass calamity, lots of teeth, and lots of roaring. And apparently, World War III, as the IMDb synopsis seems to suggest. When a covert desert base is forced to divert World War III against a formidable adversary, a group of commandos and weaponized dinosaurs are hired to get the job done. So an action film about World War III, that's a popular thing in cinema, okay, but weaponized dinosaurs. Very interesting. Funny enough, there's another movie we're going to be looking at tonight, a little later, that has some of our animals that have been weaponized, and both of these just sound bizarre, but, dinosaurs are pretty menacing enough, right? They got big teeth. I mean, it depends on the ones you're like an herbivore or something. All of those are fine, the Bronchiosaurus and all that, but the T-Rexes, or the Indominus, right? Okay, if they have an Indominus in here, it's being like, yeah, I clearly know what inspired you. I doubt it. But I did see, from one of the thumbnails, it's actually kind of funny. Again, this is where it's like, it seems a bit, I don't know, like weaponized dinosaurs. It's a bit of a silly thought because you think they'd be weapons enough, but apparently there is a dinosaur, or specifically a T-Rex, that has a repeating gun strapped on its back. Not sure how that's going to play. It's strange, but perhaps strange can be fine. Let's give it a whirl. As always, we're going to watch this first, and we're going to talk about it more. My condensed use while watching the video together. It's more than actually just a weaponized dinosaur kind of thing that makes it seem a bit silly. I did see on a thumbnail, unfortunately somebody spoiled for me, but there is one little thing I know about this movie. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm sure we'll have a lot to say when we get to it, but it was definitely a surprise, and I would certainly say a spoiler, but it leads me again to thinking this film is a bit silly beyond a weaponized dinosaur with a repeating gun on its back, but maybe I'm judging it wrongly. Perhaps the film is quite entertaining, maybe even Oscar-worthy, but I doubt that. Let's take a look. Okay. It's technically the first trailer we're looking at. I should have specified as well. We're going to look at this separate, of a second trailer in our video. But this is the exclusive trailer, apparently. Or just reading it specifically the way it's written. Okay, here we go. We can think of it as trailer 1. It's quite a name of a studio for a World War III movie.
Hello?
Tsunami?
Please go to the ladies' room. Hello?
Hey, what is that?
Oh, that needs to be seen to be understood.
Oh man, nice cover.
No, in your dreams.
Madam, this is Jurassic Thunder. It's like the holy grail of all comic books. It's It's got weaponized dinos,
haven't heard of it.
warlords, zombies.
Is it a real comic book or did they make it up for
It's
this?
got like everything.
It is a slightly lower budget picture, I can tell, but the music choice, I think, isn't, it's not
These
too bad.
weapons are turning into the very things they're eating. Nothing can destroy it.
Oh, jeez. Yep, definitely lower budget, but
Man.
okay, fine.
He ain't going anywhere.
They're trying their best. Well, actually looks pretty real, though.
Exit the truck now, driver! How do you say exit the truck in African?
I was right, this is strange. Well, they're trying. I just don't find that dinosaur very believable. Perhaps maybe it's because it's an earlier trailer. Maybe it was still technically in the works. Maybe they've, perfected it in the time that the first trailer came out, and then they had a successive one as well. So, I don't know. I think the comic book angle is certainly interesting. I like how I'm guessing it's a comic book shop that they're in. Or at least maybe some sort of, comic book-oriented merch store. I mean, they got a lot of comic books in the back. I did see they got some action figures, though. Sort of like a GameStop in a way, except it's more comic book oriented. I did like how they did that in the opening. I thought the opening was, it was a nice conversation, and the acting seems to be fine. I really did like the comic book angle, though. Is it a real comic book? I would assume it isn't because, it is a lower budget picture. Maybe, somebody drew one up and then they were like, okay, we'll just, pretend this is a real picture. Maybe it is a real comic book. Feel free to let me know if Jurassic World is a real thing. Jurassic Thunder is a real comic book line. I mean, very happy to know about that. Not too many other things I noticed that were as standout. I mean, sometimes it was funny. They never filmed, though, with really awkward running. And then the cinematography does it no favors. The dinosaur looks interesting. I do think that slightly hollowed out. Okay, I'm no expert on dinosaur anatomy, but at least on when you see him coming around the tree here and he's got the repeating gun, that looks like a microphone and a headset. It's like something you'd see working at a cubicle. But I don't know. It looks so strange. But I did like the slightly caved in spot on the nose. I mean, I think it adds a little bit at least. But obviously the dinosaur is fake. I mean, they're not dealing with a Jurassic World level budget. So, they're making do with it, but I don't believe any of it's real. To me, it looks like a battle. Now, it doesn't look to me as much like a World War III. Perhaps when the dinosaurs are unleashed, it looks even worse. But it looks like a really small-scale battle to me. I did think the waterfall shot was pretty, but the dinosaur, again, looks kind of fake. It does look kind of funny, though. I can't wait to see the next trailer. We'll see if maybe things have improved a little bit, but it's some merit. I don't know. Again, I did like the comic book angle. It is another dinosaur film, but it really does show that it's lower budget. So maybe they wielded that aspect a bit better in the next trailer. I'm not totally sure. But what do you guys think about Jurassic Thunder? And again, is it a real comic book that this is based on? Feel free to let me know down below. Don't forget all the good stuff for subscribing to that bell. And until we look at the what's it called? They just call it a trailer, but basically trailer 2. I will see you guys at that video, or whatever video we get to watch together next. I'll see you guys at that point. But until then, thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Don't live so as your fellow man. God bless, and peace.